come in for his first appearance because he wasn't signed before midday last Friday. That's a pity for Southampton because Matt Le Tissier is out with a twisted ankle. Ian Dowie takes his place with David Speedy dropping back into midfield.
Yeah, if we look at the formation, they're likely to play it. That injury to Matt Le Tissier means that Glenn Cockrell will be asked to play in that right side of midfield, and Ian Dowie partnering Kerry Dixon up front.
Well, as for Manchester United, they travelled down last night. They arrived pretty late at their hotel. It was quite a long old journey down. And the big story for them is that Dion Dublin, the £1 million striker from Cambridge United, will start a league match for United for the first time, linking up with Mark Hughes up front. Brian McClair will play wide on the right in place of Andrei Kanchelskis, whose ankle injury means he's fit enough only for the subs bench. Paul Ince is fit again to add some bite to the midfield.
I think Fergie will also start in a 4-4-2 formation, but that bunch of players does mean that Brian McClair can make it a 4-3-3 anytime he feels like he needs to chase the game.
Yes, McClair will start wide-right. It's a rather shaky start to the season. Still, Ince and Hughes, but a very, very good piece of defending.
Oh, that's brilliant. Mickey Adams, I think it was, that got back in there and just got his left foot to the ball. But that, Ryan Giggs at his very best, wasn't it? The cross wasn't as what it should have been, but that's what United need. Midfield players like Paul Ince getting in the box. But watch this. Mickey Adams knows there's almost a certain goal on if he hadn't been there.
Yeah. Find Giggs, who looks to spread it again, are on a broad canvas from United, and Hughes. Now that would have been a superb goal. They were really good touch again. That was by Dublin, away by Moncau, who's starting off with a bit of a stormer for Southampton. Now Speedy up against Irwin, but the younger man wins the race. Speedy not quite so speedy on that occasion. Giggs is going to make something of this. That was a good ball, it's kept it in. United men arriving in the penalty area. It's lost the impetus for the moment. Here's Ferguson, that's a nice ball from him though. For Giggs. And on the far post, Hughes was waiting, and more good defending by Adams. Not for the first time, Andy.
That's brilliant.
He's getting more into it. They're starting to... McClair, no, he kept it in. Makes something of it. Speedy cutting it out, and United there again producing some quite enterprising football. They've certainly picked it up in the last quarter of an hour or so.
Well, they're growing with confidence, and Ryan Giggs playing a more and more important part.
Again. Now McClair getting through a mountain of work as usual. Phelan. Good run from him. United again pushing forward. His Hughes. And between them, Moncau and Moore snap him out, but Tim Flowers organising his wall.
Dennis Irwin looks very keen in this, and I'm sure he's buoyant with the goal he scored against Ipswich.
And there is Irwin. Took a deflection, could have gone anywhere. But luckily for Southampton, went into the crowd behind that goal. It would have been unlucky for them had it. And will want to do something about them. Well saved by Tim Flowers, who was down well. Good, solid keeper, and very consistent.
Again, it's Giggs, isn't it, who starts out. Cross isn't brilliant, it's behind the United attackers. Brian McClair also has to adjust, and that save quite comfortable for...
Pulling this one back, it drops there. McClair on the turn, and Flowers did well.
Great hands.
Good. Scandinavia, which is from him, and he couldn't quite chip it up. Dublin was waiting in the middle, so was McClair, so was Giggs. But lovely play from Hughes.
Great. Then his strength again to shrug off Terry Hurler. But watch this for skill. Look at that. And if he just had got it up, Ryan Giggs is waiting at the back post.
And Flowers got his fingertips to it. Well, 20-year-old Darren almost came up trumps for Dad then.
It's a great run. Watch the way he angles his run for the straight ball from Paul Ince. This is a fine save from Tim Flowers. Look, just does enough.
Not a great corner. United get another chance. Here's Dublin. And away from on the right if he wants to feed him. Oh, well, Dublin was completely free if Giggs had found him. And out it goes to McClair. That would have been spectacular. Down this left-hand side. Cut out by Kevin Moore, the veteran defender having a solid game back there. Well spread from Weeks to take it. Dublin in the middle. Hughes up towards the far post. Pallister's gone up as well. Well away in the end by Benali. Offside flag up. Still Giggs. The skipper, Cockrell, gets it away, but only to Ryan Giggs once more. United trying to work something around the edge of that Southampton penalty area. Gets there first, he had to. 3 operations last year, that's what kept him out of contention. And here he is with the free kick. Darren Ferguson, Pallister up there as well. Drops his Dublin with the goal for Manchester United. Well, right at the death, Dion Dublin, the £1 million man, starts to repay the fee. Southampton are devastated, but it's Manchester United delight and it's Dublin delight.
Well, they get a little bit of luck, don't they? But who's to say they don't deserve it? Tim Flower's absolutely distraught. But watch as it comes in. I think it's Gary Pallister who gets a little touch on it there. Hits Brian McClair on the shoulder, but he couldn't have placed it any better to Dion Dublin, could he? Watch it again. McClair goes for goal here. Pallister, McClair hits him on the shoulder, and if you want to open your account, that's the type of chance you want.
I think it might have taken a little deflection off Kevin Moore as well, just to set it up for Dion Dublin. Well, hard on Southampton, but isn't football like that? Dion Dublin, who's had to sit and wait his chance on the substitutes bench after his move from Cambridge, in the team from the start and getting the goal, and Alex Ferguson will feel that at last Manchester United have had a break in their favour this season. And here's Dublin again. He's not going to get another one, is he? Over, and Dion Dublin is the man who will corner the market in newspaper headlines tomorrow morning, because he's marked his full debut for Manchester United with a late winner. Hard on Southampton, who hustled and battled back pretty well in the second half. But Alex Ferguson, who was saying that his